Dane County Communications Center calling Captain Barr. This is the final call for Sun Prairie Fire Captain Corey Barr.
A firefighter, father, and husband is laid to rest today in Sun Prairie, the latest from the aftermath of the deadly explosion. And how businesses in Sun Prairie are moving forward after a devastating week. And an area Democrat is getting a boost from a former presidential candidate. News 3 at 10 starts right now.
This is News 3 at 10.
Good evening and thanks for watching News 3 at 10. I'm Amanda Quintana. It's been 4 days since an explosion in Sun Prairie rocked a community, destroyed part of the city, and killed Sun Prairie volunteer firefighter Corey Barr. Today, community members gathered at Sun Prairie High School to pay their respects to Barr and his family. He and his wife owned the Barr house, which was destroyed in the explosion. Barr went to check on a gas leak near his business as other firefighters evacuated to safety, and that's when the explosion happened.
Today, there are 50 to 100 people still alive because of the events of that day. And if Corey could say something right now, he would do everything the same way all over again.
Community members and emergency responders from all over the state and beyond are remembering Barr and honoring his life. News 3's Madison O'Neill has more from Sun Prairie.
People have been coming together following Tuesday's tragedy online through fundraisers and hashtag Sun Prairie Strong. But today's memorial services were a chance for people to come together in person. And there's quite a showing.
Attention. We've been through hell.
After days of the Sun Prairie community showing strength,
I know for us as a family, this has been surreal.
Saturday is a day to stop and mourn.
Corey's passing has definitely cut us all to the core.
Grieving for a man who has impacted so many lives.
You have never met a more devoted father, husband than Corey Barr.
Touching even those who have never met him.
We came here to pay respect.
Some bringing gifts for the family.
I stay to you. Do not be afraid.
Others showing the sorrow on their hearts.
All of Wisconsin's here, so I mean, it's a group thing. All become family real quick.
All honoring a man who placed others above himself.
Corey was the funniest, greatest, and most loyal friend I'll ever know.
Everybody loved him.
Now in this send-off, others are doing for Barr what he was trained to do for them.
In 2016, he came to Milwaukee. We put on a 3-day honor guard class on how to actually do all of this should somebody die in the line of duty.
Corey, you are going home.
On a day when hearts are heavy, such a showing of support is heartwarming.
I feel sad, I guess, but hopeful that it's such a tragedy, but there's so many helpers out there and so many people doing so much for everybody that it just makes you feel good too.
We're gonna do what Corey wants. Today we cry, tomorrow we get up and we move on. We take back our fire department, we take back everything.
A fire department trying to return to normal.
This is the final call for Sun Prairie Fire Captain Corey Barr.
As one of their own finishes his duty.
Your love and passion for the fire service will truly be missed by all who knew and loved you.
Reporting in Sun Prairie,
Captain Barr, this is your final call.
Madison O'Neill for WISC News 3.
Hundreds showed up to today's services, so many so that those who couldn't fit in the high school watched on screens outside. Today, many Sun Prairie businesses were cleared to open for the first time since Tuesday's explosion. News 3's Adam Duxter joins us live from downtown Sun Prairie with how these businesses are feeling on their first day back. Adam.
Well, Amanda, even though some parts of downtown Sun Prairie are still considered a restricted area, right across the street, some of these businesses are opening for the very first time since Tuesday.
Sometimes the smallest things.
It just was a different feeling to step into the door and not feel like somebody's timing me for 5 minutes again.
Help you feel at home.
It was a sense of relief, you know, just like, yeah, okay, now I'm back.
And even though your home might need some work, it's there.
It was just kind of a deeper thankfulness for, first off, having a home, and then secondly, still having the home here intact and being able to come back to the home.
Sun Prairie is strong because of the strong people who live there. People like Porter and Sarah, who have a plan to serve their downtown community.
We're going to go in, I'll let you pick out something that you want to put in a gift basket from each one of the shops that are open today. And then we're going to, in return, we're going to donate it to one of the benefits.
Teaching lessons along the way.
The biggest thing I've learned is the real impact that these local businesses are facing.
The way downtown Sun Prairie looks might not ever be the same.
To look down on the corner and see the changes and think about what may transpire in the next few months down there, it just kind of leaves a pit in my stomach.
But the people who live here will continue to do the small things that make it feel like home.
This is my idea of the light at the end of the tunnel.
Now, Sarah, who we just met, she's a small business owner herself. She's actually a florist out of Oregon, Wisconsin. So she says she knows exactly what it's like to own a small business and need the help of the community.
Adam Dexter reporting in Sun Prairie. Thank you so much, Adam. Our community has been shocked and saddened by the stories we've seen in Sun Prairie over the last week, but it has also been moved to action. On Tuesday, July 17th, News 3 will partner with the Bank of Sun Prairie for an all-day telethon to raise money for the Disaster Relief Fund. Our phone lines will be open from 4:30 in the morning until the end of our late evening newscast at 10:30 p.m. to take donations for the fund to benefit the businesses and families impacted by this tragic incident. The Bank of Sun Prairie is assuring that 100% of the proceeds collected will stay in the community. A little rain in the forecast tonight, but definitely quieter than last night. Dave Caulfield with your first alert forecast.
Not too many thunderstorms showing up right now across southern Wisconsin, Amanda. We are not really seeing too much on Doppler track. We did see some showers earlier this afternoon and evening, but they were pretty much popcorn showers. They went up and then went right back down once they rained themselves out. Downtown Madison on the Edgewater Skycam looking at partly cloudy skies. Some patchy fog is possible as we head into later tonight. Currently sitting at 73 degrees, 74 in Lone Rock, 75 in Boscobel, and 75 in Monroe. Dew points right around 70 degrees. Some of us well into the mid 70s, so pretty uncomfortable still across southern Wisconsin. Your day planner for tomorrow showing temperatures moving through the 70s into the mid and upper 80s for highs, but with that humidity still in place, it will feel like the mid 90s at times. We'll track some more shower and thunderstorm chances in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dave. Residents of southwest Wisconsin are still recovering from last night's storm. Officials responded to reports of shingles being torn off roofs, bricks falling off buildings, and in Lafayette County campground there, trailers tipped over, destroyed, and blown yards from where they were. Those who were at Backyard Campground last night report seeing heavy rains and extreme winds, but some of those who weren't there for the storm came back to an unwelcome surprise. Only one damaged camper was occupied at the time of the storm. Luckily, its residents only sustained minor injuries. The campground community has been rallying together to clean up and help those who completely lost their campers. The owner of the campground said they are working on a GoFundMe page for owners whose campers were uninsured. And in Rock County, Edgerton police responded to reports of structural damage at the Edgerton Outreach Center last night during the storms. As you can see, winds blew bricks off of the side of the building. Luckily, no one was hurt there. And a lightning strike caused a fire, destroying 2 sheds in Primrose. The Dane County Sheriff's Office says they responded to a structure fire around 9:15 last night. Officials said the sheds and all the contents were destroyed. Despite some rain in the forecast this morning, Madison's annual art fair on the square kicked off. For 60 years, the event has brought in art enthusiasts from around the country to see art from over 500 artists. Nearly 200,000 people are expected this weekend. Organizers say it's a special event for the community.
So one thing that's really great about this event is it's a big Madison favorite. We know that lots of people from the community come out.
The fair is put on by the Madison Museum of Contemporary Art and is one of their largest fundraisers. As Democrats gear up to take over Speaker Paul Ryan's congressional seat, one candidate is bringing in a big name to support him. Why Bernie Sanders is in Janesville tonight when we come back. Welcome back. Former presidential hopeful Bernie Sanders is in Janesville this evening, kicking off a campaign rally for 1st Congressional District candidate Randy Bryce. Several hundred supporters turned out for the rally, where Bryce and Sanders emphasized their populist message, calling for single-payer health care for all Americans and immigration reform. In his speech, Sanders characterized Bryce as a candidate who doesn't rely on big political donors.
What this campaign is about and what Randy is about is saying enough is enough. We're going to have a government that represents all of the people, not just the 1%.
This is the latest in the battle for the Democratic nomination in Wisconsin's 1st Congressional District, a traditionally Republican area and home to House Speaker Paul Ryan. In the wake of his retirement, the 1st District has become a symbolic battleground, with Democrats looking to it as a proving ground for the blue wave during this year's midterms. Now, Bryce is running against Janesville public school teacher Kathy Myers in the Democratic primary. Her campaign manager sent us this statement that says, in part, Senator Sanders should explain why he's spending time campaigning against a public school teacher running for Congress on a platform that includes Medicare for all, a $15 minimum wage, and a commitment to address climate change. And on the Republican side, Brian Stiles' campaign released a statement saying, in part, Southeast Wisconsin's paychecks would feel the burn with Senator Bernie Sanders and our opponents' out-of-touch far-left agenda. Stile is one of 5 Republicans running for Speaker Paul Ryan's seat, along with Paul Nealon, Nick Pulse, Jeremy Ryan, and Kevin Steen. The Trump administration last night announced plans to reunite more than 2,500 children age 5 and over with their families after they were separated at the border. This comes after officials missed a deadline this week to return children under age 5 to their parents. Jamie Yukis has the latest from Los Angeles.
That is 6-year-old Allison Jimena Valencia Madrid walking out of a Houston airport hand in hand with her mother. The two were separated a month ago at a Border Patrol detention facility. Their story was thrust into the spotlight when ProPublica captured the girl's plea for her aunt inside the facility. CBS could not confirm the authenticity of the audio, but it sparked outrage.
It was so beautiful the moment that I saw her.
I want to be with her. It was a long time I wasn't with her, and I miss her a lot.
More than 1,600 miles away in New York, Yenny Gonzalez Garcia, a Guatemalan mother separated from her children at the border in May, was given temporary custody. The children, ages 6, 9, and 11, were all smiles as they came back together as a family. Starting this weekend, the government hopes more of these scenes will play out. A new plan will process 200 children aged 5 and older per day to meet a July 26th court-imposed deadline. In a San Diego federal court, the government outlined their plan to move parents currently detained to one of 6 to 8 immigration facilities. There, they will be interviewed and vetted while undergoing a criminal background check. The children will then be moved to the same facility as their parents within 24 to 48 hours. The new plan comes on the heels of a July 10th deadline that was missed by the government to reunify children under the age of 5. It aims to process a much larger group of people in a short amount of time. However, some argue it could put children at risk if adults lie about being parents for criminal reasons, like trafficking. That's why DNA tests will be performed in some cases. Jamie Yukis, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Homeland Secretary Christian Nielsen is warning there could be Russian interference in the midterm elections. She says Russia is targeting the November elections at a scale similar to activities back in 2016. Nielsen added her department is preparing to help states thwart the meddlers. Well, it is a pretty clear night right now, but very different compared to yesterday.
Oh, yeah, and some patchy fog is possible later tonight as we head into tomorrow morning, but a couple of showers visited us today. Overall, the last 24 hours, we have received about 2.5 to 3 inches of rain in some spots. Locally, we've got reports close to 4 to 5 inches in some spots. Really, those storms last night packed a serious punch in the way of strong wind, some small hail in spots, and very heavy downpours, also frequent lightning and thunder. Doppler track is a little bit quieter across southern Wisconsin this evening. That is for sure. But we are watching a couple of showers that have just broken out across northern Illinois, heading closer to Belvedere and Rockford. Those could make it close to Janesville as we head into the next couple of hours. They shouldn't cause anything more than just a few drops. So we'll keep an outside chance for a shower or thunderstorm in the forecast overnight into tomorrow morning. July precipitation, it's funny how things can change over just a 1 to 2 day period. We were off to a very dry start in July, but over an inch of rain over the last couple of days brings us a little bit closer to normal for this time in July. About 3/10, maybe 4/10 off from this time compared to normal in July, but that's not adding in the about 1/10 of an inch of rain that we received today. So we're pretty close to where we should be. Only takes a couple of days sometimes, folks. Thanks, Mother Nature. And thanks, Mother Nature, for this sunset last night. And thank you to Brent for sending it in from Spring Green. Check this out. Absolutely gorgeous. The storm's getting out of here just in time to see those spectacular sunsets. We saw some pretty nice sunsets this evening, but right now looking at partly cloudy skies in downtown Madison. The almanac for today just squeaked above normal for this time of year. Temperatures right now are in the mid-70s. We're in the low to mid-70s for dew points, and that's pretty humid air, to say the least. Tough to be outside for very long with those dew points in town. Visibility not too bad right now, but some patchy fog is possible overnight. High temperature trend Pretty hard to see because I hit the button a little bit too quickly there, but we will be getting cooler over the next couple of days into Tuesday and Wednesday. The weather looking very, very nice. Tonight, temperatures in the upper 60s for lows. Tomorrow, we are in the upper 80s, close to 90, very warm and humid. A chance of showers and thunderstorms once again. It could feel closer to the low to mid 90s into tomorrow afternoon. Future track showing just a few showers and thunderstorms possible overnight. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Now, tomorrow afternoon, a very similar setup. These storms, because of the high humidity, just form and then they rain themselves out. Not really a lot in the atmosphere to push these things along. But as we head into Sunday and Monday, a cold front comes in, sweeps out that heat, humidity, and rain. And we're left with very nice weather into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Cooler temperatures as well. Will be right around 80 degrees Tuesday and Wednesday with plenty of sunshine and low humidity. The rain chances do come back as we head into Thursday. Temperatures actually take a dip into the upper 70s for the first time in quite some time into Thursday and Friday. And then for next weekend, rain chances do come back with temperatures in the mid to upper 80s once again.
All right. Thank you so much, Dave. Well, the Brewers are streaking, but not in a good way. That story coming up next in sports.
News 3.
Okay, so tell me if this sounds familiar. Brewers dropping their last 6 of 7 while the Cubs have won their last 10 of 13. NL Central looking pretty recognizable right now. Maybe rewind to last year before the All-Star break? Well, it's some highlights now. We pick up things in Game 2 against the Pirates, third inning here. Max Moroff solo shot out to left off of Brent Suter. Suter's stats today, 5 innings of work, giving up 1 run on 2 hits. The bullpen getting beat up today. 3 pitchers giving up 5 runs. Brewers losing Game 2 of the series 6-2. Going back now to Game 1, Chase Anderson getting this start, but the offense needed some help too. Christian Yelich coming through in the 5th line drive down the right field side, cutting the deficit in half, 2-1. But that will be the final. The Brewers and Pirates wrapping up the series tomorrow at 12:35 with Jhoulys Chacín on the mound. The Crew has not won a game in Pittsburgh in this series. They'll aim to end a 5-game losing streak. Cubs playing late tonight. They're on the West Coast in San Diego and 1 game ahead of the Brewers in the NL Central. Right now, they're down 2-1 to the Padres. Ian Happ with a solo homer for Chicago. Beautiful summer night for some baseball here in town. Woodchucks visiting the Mallards. Top of the 5th here. Alex Terrell goes way out to right field for a 3-run home run, and the Woodchucks lead 7-zip. Bottom of the 6th now, Tyler Plantier. He will answer for the Mallards in the form of a 2-run shot out of the park to left. But the Woodchucks still leading 11-3. Not enough runs in this one right now. Still going on right now. Woodchucks up 21-12 over the Mallards. Some basketball news now. Jabari Parker is heading home. The Chicago Bulls announcing today that they've signed the now former Bucks forward to a 2-year, $40 million contract. The Bucks had an offer sheet yesterday, and this morning Bucks GM John Horst removing the restriction on Jabari's deal, so that would allow him to become an unrestricted free agent, because the Bucks weren't really going to match that offer sheet. So there is a team option, though, on the 2nd year of Jabari's contract, with the Bulls lowering the risk for the team since he's had 2 ACL injuries in his career so far. We're getting our first look at Bucks draft pick Dante DiVincenzo tonight in the Summer League, showing you that free throw there because, well, that was his only point of the game. Otherwise contributing, Perry Ellis nailing one from beyond the arc there, and then later, Christian Wood with the slam dunk. He led the Bucks with 27 points against the 76ers, but Philly kept trusting the process till the end, winning with less than 10 seconds left, 91-89 the final. Aaron Rodgers proving that he's got something else in his life going on besides throwing footballs, although that basket is a little low there. Rodgers playing in the American Century Celebrity Golf Tournament in Lake Tahoe. Hole 11 here, nailing the very long putt for par. Obviously, taking his golf game very seriously, plays a lot in the off season as well. Finally tonight, this is last night's United Soccer League game versus New York versus Richmond. Yeah, right there, the ball deflecting off of Red Bulls player Jared Stroud's face while the goalie was trying to clear it, and hey, he scored literally with his face. He appeared to be just fine afterwards, and it started a little streak for Stroud. He ended up with a hat trick in the 5-1 win. You don't really see that very often when the goalie's trying to get rid of the ball and then
you got to do what you got to do.
Exactly.
You got it in, so good for him.
Yep, exactly.
All right, we'll be right back. Humidity continuing into tomorrow.
Unfortunately, but after that, things do get better in the humidity department. We do have the outside chance of maybe seeing a shower or storm. We are watching those slowly moving closer to Belvedere, so maybe a few raindrops overnight and some more showers and thunderstorms possible tomorrow with highs in the upper 80s. It will feel like the mid-90s at times because of that humidity, but after Monday, a cold front comes through. That brings our temperatures down and also our humidity down, so it will be very nice Tuesday and Wednesday with temperatures near 80, lots of sunshine and low humidity. Storm chances do come back as we head into Thursday and Friday.
All right, thank you so much. Have a great night. Thanks for joining us.
Download the new Channel 3000 app and get alerted on your mobile device the minute news breaks. Wherever you go, be the first to know with Channel 3000.